Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Colman McCarthy from Clean Technology Centre here in CIT. Just, I suppose, firstly explain who is or who are CTC. We're an environmental consultancy, essentially, focused on preventive approaches. And we started off in 1993 in the college, founded by two chemical engineers, Dermot Cunningham and Noel Duffy. We have a team of 10 engineers and scientists. We started off helping the pharmachem sector, looking at identifying opportunities for cleaner production, clean technologies in the process industries. We were there at the start of IPPC licensing, wrote IPPC license applications for companies, subsequent annual environmental reports, pollution emission registers, and so on. We've progressed now to expand to deal with other sectors, including the service sector, and we are doing a lot of work now for EPA under the National Waste Prevention Programme. So that's my next slide. The programme has three pillars, really, focusing on the public sector, business and communities. The ones that are ringed there in red are ones that we are currently involved with, managing the LAPN network, dealing with over half the local authorities in the country. Green healthcare is focused on hospitals in the main. The Green Hospitality Programme helps hotels to become more efficient, and StopFoodWaste.ie is broader based, really. It's to help individuals to cut down on food waste, identifying opportunities. You may have seen a TV show with my colleague Colin Gibson over the summer in Colorglin and so on. So what I want to talk about today is the Green Business Programme. So Green Business is a resource efficiency advice for business. Resource efficiency, really, we look at that as doing more with less. It can be focused on the traditional areas of energy, water and waste reduction, process efficiency, packaging, use reduction, and so on. So we, I suppose, just to explain why we're running it, the EPA, as well as providing advice and guidance, is also a regulator. So handing this work out to consultants is a hands-off approach, really. They are not directly involved. However, we do encourage companies to promote their results, their improvements through case studies. So we start off by providing a site assessments. We do about 25 of these per annum. It's open to existing manufacturing companies that would have a utility spend of over €25,000 per annum. In addition to that, we have a telephone support for smaller SMEs. We also provide indirect support through the website, greenbusiness.ie. We have provided and written guidance, sectoral guidance, for example, and we also have a resource centre on the website that has guidance, best practice and so on from around the world, case studies that you can download and so on. We also run seminars during the year where the companies present their case studies. It's also an opportunity for the funding providers to make their offers known, and also for companies in the energy, waste and water business to also present their wares. To date, we've identified potential savings rather of over 6 million, an average of 37,000 euro per company. Energy is typically the biggest spend in companies, so that's where the greatest savings are usually made. And I'm going to show you, just briefly go through some case studies in different sectors. These are quite simple examples, nothing too high tech. I suppose what they do show though is that real savings can be made through implementing these measures that we've identified. So we'll start with a hotel near here, Costelmartyr Resort. They have over 3,000 bulbs, halogen spots, these ones you see there on the bottom. They're 50 watt GU10s. They decided to replace over half of those bulbs. The total investment was 39,000 euro and a payback of less than 1 year. So now under the Energy Efficiency Directive, you may all get this bulb replacement done for free. Energy supply companies are out there providing that service. So that's the Energy Efficiency Obligation Scheme. There's details of that on the SEAI website if you're interested. Another energy related one, car components manufacturer in Mullingar. Two things we identified there. One is that by looking at their bills, we saw that they were incurring power factor penalties while they had power factor correction equipment. It was noted during the site assessment that it wasn't switched on, so the bills were going to the accountant. The accountant wouldn't have known what these charges were for, would have accepted them and so on. So it's only by looking at basic stuff like looking at bills that you can identify potential cost savings. Something else that was identified from the bill as well was an excessive MIC, maximum import capacity. Their MIC was 2000 kVA. Looking at their profile on the next slide there, you can see on the red line there, that's their allowance. Typical daily profile, as you see, it just gets up, touches over 1700. By reducing their MIC to 1800, significant savings there on a month-by-month basis, and additionally then your PSO levy is based on your MIC, so that's €2.70 or something like that per unit. So by reducing that, there's ongoing monthly savings as well to be made. A couple of water case studies. Meat processor using power hoses, hot water at 65 degrees. It costs a lot of money to heat water, as you can imagine, typically 3 or 4 times the cost of the water itself. This company, just by reducing the flow rate from 26 to 20 litres per minute, identified potential cost savings of 42,000 euro per annum. So this didn't affect the quality of the cleaning, but had significant cost savings. An example then from a hotel, we got their water bills, and based on their bed nights, we have a benchmark from the Green Hospitality Programme, and they were well above this benchmark, so we recommended that they get a leak detection company in. Over 25 leaks were detected. The consumption before the survey was 150 tonnes per day. Fixing the leaks halved this annual savings of 64,000 per annum. the survey only cost €8,000, so very short payback there. So well worth it. Next one, again, water. Barn Waterford. They had fill and flush urinals. These typically operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you can imagine the bar doesn't have obviously full occupancy, so a lot of water wasted. Putting in a PIR system reduced this significantly. 3-month payback in that case. A waste example here, EMC out in ovens, over 1 million coffee cups and lids sent to landfill per annum at a cost of €150,000 per annum. They replaced these with travel mugs. The mugs cost €6 each. Obviously, there was a replacement cost if you lost your mug and so on. The investment was €20,000, 7-week payback. So a no-brainer there again. I suppose what we're trying to say really is that these are what you'd call low-cost solutions, not high-tech. Now, these are examples from existing companies. I know we have a lot of startups today, but I suppose the thing is, be efficient from the start. Take a life cycle costing approach. So don't just buy the cheapest lights or the cheapest motors or whatever. Look at the running costs, the operating costs, and do a life cycle costing on that. We can be contacted. Contact us at greenbusiness.ie, our website, greenbusiness.ie. So that's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.